Hello, this is Miara Sasti.
And Sarah Corcoran reporting for the Lobby Observer.
Today we are doing a special about the therapy dogs that regularly visit Westboro High School in order to help relieve student stress.
Volunteers bring their dogs to the school for students to see and interact with during break.
We are now throwing it out to Karina Jancarelli, who had the opportunity to speak with Susan and her dog Emma.
Hi, I'm Karina Jancarelli reporting from the Lobby Observer. I'm here with Susan and the dog Emma. Can you just introduce Emma for us, please?
Well, this is Emma. She's a rescue from St. Thomas, and we got her from Save the Lobby Sudbury, and she's 2 years old.
How do you think the therapy animals help reduce student stress?
Well, she's very calming, and she's very sweet. She's very soft. And so whenever kids or adults or children, students come up to her, they just gravitate to her and pet her, and she just sits there and just gives them love.
Do you enjoy working with the therapy animals?
Yes, I'm retired, so this is something I do in my retirement, and it gets us back out of the house and people, and she does some really great work.
That's so nice. Thank you so much. I had so much fun meeting you and Miss Emma. Thank you.
Thank you, Karina, Susan, and Emma. This sounds like a great way for students to relieve their stress, and it's nice that there are people like Susan who want to help. Sarah, have you seen the therapy dogs at school?
I have. My favorite dog to visit is Bosco, and he's a lab mix.
Wow, that sounds great.
Now we are going to hear from Mrs. Glenn, who is the head of CSS and organizes the therapy dog program at Westboro High School.
How did you come up with the idea of the therapy animals coming to Westboro High School?
So this started originally with Mr. Callahan and our administration here at the high school. They had been bringing in the therapy animals during what's considered a high-stakes exam, so midterm exams and final exams for the past few years before I got hired. And that seemed to go over really well. So it's a very high-stress time for students, and so maybe some other schools around the area had been doing it, or Mr. Callahan just came into contact with people. And ultimately, they thought it would be a nice idea to help with the stress level of students. And then I'm a school social worker here, and I work with the mental health population, as well as any students kind of going through high stress times. So it seemed like a natural fit for Mr. Callahan to ask me in my role if I would be willing to kind of help out with this process and get the therapy animals in a little bit more often. So slowly but surely over the past 4 years that I've worked here, I've been able to bring in more animals more often. So definitely during midterms and finals, and then to this year, which we have at least one animal every week, which is pretty remarkable as far as getting therapy animals into a school building. So we're really excited to be a part of it, and it's a pretty fun part of my job.
How do you think the therapy animals help students relieve their stress?
We hope that it provides just a nice exhale in the students' days. So it's definitely not like a stressful time, we're hoping. It's during lunch when people are feeling a little bit more relaxed, starting to get some good food and nutrition as part of their middle of their day. They're here for the whole hour and a half during lunch. So we're hoping that students can choose to come visit with them if they need it, or hopefully it just brightens their day upon walking by the library and the cafeterias. And hopefully students are finding that it's just a nice time to kind of relax at school, unwind, get some therapeutic support from the actual physical sensational perspective of being able to pet an animal and the way that calms the body down. So I'm hoping people are finding it as a stress-free time in their school day and something that they're looking forward to.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Glenn. I think that it's important for people to understand the causes of stress and how therapy dogs can help it.
I agree. I do enjoy visiting the dogs on days that I'm stressed.
Well, that's all we have for today. If you want to learn more about the therapy dogs, you can visit their Instagram at WHS Therapy Animals or talk to Mrs. Glenn in the CSS room.
This has been Sarah Corcoran
And Miara Sasti signing off for the Lobby Observer.